Hello there, my name is Pedro Nieto and in this course we will learn Flutterflow. Flutterflow, it's a tool that, a low-code, no-code tool that makes the development of mobile applications very fast, and to be honest, the best way to begin, it's if we go straight forward to make our first touch with the application. So what I would like you to do is that you go to this URL, flutterflow.io, okay, and you sign in. You have to sign in. You can use your Gmail account. I'm already signed in. It's a really straightforward process, so should not be a big deal. And once you are logged in, you should see some kind of dashboard like this, of course without any project, okay? And the basic unit that the basic structure that Flutterflow relies on are projects. Projects are like folders or like different websites, okay? So if you have different applications, then of course you will have different projects, okay? And now we will create our first project. What should we do? We are here, okay, on the menu on the left. Be sure that you are on projects. Click on create new. And we have two options. We have the option of a blank app, that is what I'll be using through the course, or we have here some pre-built applications, Sniff Social, Robin Jobs, App Homes, that cover like the most usual applications, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, more or less all the applications are very similar. No? For example, this one, it's for cars, to manage a fleet of cars. This one, it's for a wedding app, and here you can, for example, do chatting. This one is for a state agent. The easiest possible option it's to start using one of them. But this has a problem. This has a problem, which is that if you have absolutely no idea how the platform works, you cannot really use this at all. So you have to go through the process of creating at least the first, second, and third applications raw, right? I mean, with a blank application, so that you see all the steps and all the parts involved. And only once you know how to make a blank application, you know all the parts, how everything connects with each other, you can go and use one of these, and you will see that the design and everything looks really professional. And you, of course, this is the fastest way of developing an application. But again, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 applications from the beginning, or otherwise you will not be able to know how to use these ones, okay? So blank application, this is what we will use. And I will call this Tinder tutorial, Tinder Udemy English, okay? We click here. And now I will be asked a set of questions. The project name, which I don't see any reason why I should change it. And then this is the package name. This is what our application, when it's compiled, the unique identifier that will be used to deploy it in the Play Store or the App Store. So here you should put the name of your company or your name. I will put the name of my company, Work to Cloud, and the name of the application. And this is now, it's not really important, because this application that we're doing, of course, will not be deployed. But when you develop something that it's going to be deployed, you need to check if there is any application that has this name, because when you deploy it to Play Store, these names need to be unique, okay? But for now, we will go on with we will continue with this name. And here I'm asked if I want to set up Firebase, which is by default Flutterflow. Flutterflow, it's by default connecting with Firebase, which is the platform Google that will act as a backend. Is the backend as a service. And for now, this is not really important because I will make a video of itself about this. So for now, we will leave this as blank, right? I will not put anything, and we will click on Start Building. And this is the first page that I can see. Okay. We have here a title. I have here on the left side, I have a menu. This menu, at the beginning, it's overwhelming, to be honest, because there are many things, and don't worry, because we will go through all the steps, seeing every part of the menu, what it's doing, and all of that. But for now, look, I will come here to the title, and I will change it, and I will say, take into account, I'm changing this input on the right, and I will put Tinder clone, okay? And you see up here on the right, there is like a thunder. If you click here, this will start making the building of your application so that you can start testing it, okay? The first time takes a while, like 2-3 minutes, which for 2023 standards, it's a lot. But once it's compiled the first time, and then you make changes, you will see that the process is much faster. Takes around 10 seconds or even less. We also have this eye. This eye is some sort of pre-rendering, but only of the visual parts. Like here you cannot test interactions or what happens if I click in a button and connects with the backend and retrieve some data. No, you cannot test that here. Here you could only test the visual parts, like if you change a color, if you change the size of a letter, and that kind of stuff. Here, of course, you can do zoom out, zoom in, okay? And so remember, to check for visual stuff, here, Preview App. To interact with the app like a real user, to check the dynamic parts, how they connect, like how they connect with the backend and all of that, we click on the thunder. And after 2-3 minutes, I should see the app rendering. Right, it has rendered, okay? You might think now that this and this, they are the same, but believe me, they are not, and we will see why. Here we will be able to interact, and here not much. Okay, I will do now a change. Here I will put Tinder clone 2. And to see the changes, we come here and we click on instant reload. And now this is much faster. The first time takes a while, but after that, the reload is much faster. You see it in the clone 2. And this is, when we make a build, this is placed in somewhere called sessions, okay? Sessions. And the sessions last around 10-12 minutes. If after 12 minutes you haven't touched this, you should end the session and restart a new session and wait 2 or 3 minutes again. Yeah, I know it's a bit unpleasant, but that's how they do it, and I guess that they do it because they don't have too many servers or whatever reason. And here the same. If we refresh, here we have now the changes. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is show you, like I will develop quickly a login, okay, like a login component, a widget. Of course, this will be explained in more detail afterwards, but for now, just so that you see the first how this platform works and how to work with it. So here we have widgets, like elements that I can drag and drop inside this inside here. Okay, if we click here, this is the structure of this page. Okay, there are several pages. Now I have only one page. We will see how to create pages, but this is the structure. We have a column. This is the app bar here. I can click here on the left menu. Remember, this is the widget tree, like the structure of the page, or I can select it here on the visual UI. If you see here, both are connected. Okay, so I have a column, and I will insert. I click here on the plus symbol, and I'm offered several elements to integrate here. So I will integrate one row. This is one way of doing it. Now I will do it the other way, which is I select here from the UI builder. I click here and I drag and drop inside. You see, I can do it both ways, like whichever you feel more comfortable with. Or I can click here, Control C, Control V, right? Okay, I did now, you didn't see, but with my keyboard, I did Control C, Control V. Okay, and I'm doing that. Or right click, copy, no, right click, duplicate. And it's asking me, what should I do with this element? Wrap it inside the column. Okay, well, it's duplicating the whole column, sorry. I want to undo what I did. How do I undo? Control Z in my keyboard, and I undo all the previous steps. It's if you've ever programmed or are familiar with whichever program, like Microsoft Word or Excel, you know that Control Z is like the universal keyboard shortcut to undo some action. Okay, now I want to insert inside this row a text field. I prefer to do it like on here, because it's more, you aim to the right place where you want to do it, because I want to put inside this row a text field. Okay, inside this row I will want to put a text field, which is an input text field. Okay, inside here I will put another text, inside here another text field. Okay, and I need another row, so I will click here, duplicate this row, and this, instead of being a text field, I need a button. So I will do right click and I will delete. I don't find it. With the keyboard super, I delete it. Okay, with the delete, I can delete it directly with my keyboard. So I click here and I will add a button, right? Okay, now this button will be the login text. So I select the button, you see, the button is selected, and the menu on the right changes and is the sub-menu of whichever item I have selected. So now this menu on the right is referring to this button. If I click here, now the menu on the right is referring to the text field. You see here the title. So the menu on the right, it's referring to the element that I have selected here. So this button, I want to make it to occupy the full width of the screen. The column, I want to put 20 pixels on the left, 20 pixels on the right, and 20 at the top. Okay, and I want to center it. You see here I was centering the. Don't worry, I will explain this in detail. Now I want just to make something quick so that you see more or less how to interact with this tool. In the button, I will say login. Okay, here in the first text, I will say that you have to tell me in the text, you have to tell me your email. Okay, here in some hint text, You see some hint text. So here on the right, I find the where is it? Here, some hint text. I will put an example of an email. Email at email.com. Here I will put, well, on the input, I want to have a border. How do I set a border? Look, here on the right, I have and I want to align everything to the center. So here I select the column to center. No, this is already centered. So I select the row and I have an option here. You see? Here I center this item. I select this row, also center it. It's not centering. Then I will select the text field and I will center it. You see? Aligning here. This row, center, this text. I want to center it also. And this one, center. Okay, now everything is centered. I will put now, sorry, this is wrong. Should be like this. Okay. I want borders. How do I add borders? We find the border properties. I think it's here, border color. Border color, black. And now, border color, border width, 2 pixels, right? We do the same on the other text field. Well, in this hello world, I change the text and I put password. Password. And some hint text, I will change it for password. So maybe you didn't see it. I was changing on the right. My camera was there. I apologize for that small mistake. Border color, black, and border width, 2 pixels. I think I have it. I think I have everything ready. Let's see visually. The borders are applying only to the bottom. Let's see why. The borders of the text fields are only applying to the bottom, and that's why. That's because the here input decoration properties, underline no. Outline, and this text field also we put it as outline. If I take a look at it again, okay, I will put some padding for every item, or maybe in the column I can spread it like this. Nah, this looks not nice. Like this maybe, no, like this. But I will put some padding in every row. Like 5 pixels, 5 in this row, 5 and 5. I'm doing it at the row level, 5 and 5, 5 and 5, 5 and 5, and let's see. And let's see now. Now it looks a lot better. Now it looks a lot better. Okay, how much time did it take to make the visual UI of this login? Okay, now it looks maybe a bit more of padding on the login button, but that's not the key. Like the key that you saw more or less the process, and I took around 5 minutes to do this. Is that a lot? Is that enough? Well, if you've ever done this by programming, like whichever, by CSS or HTML or whatever, probably you know it takes a bit longer. It takes a bit longer. So normally it's faster to do it like this. Normally it's in the majority of scenarios it's much faster to do it like this. Or if you don't know any programming or you don't want to be bothered, of course it's it's more comfortable to develop in this way. Okay, and see you in the next video. In the next video we'll start going through every step and every part of this tool.